stripes and bright stars, through fight for the rounds we watched, were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets reckless, the bombs bursting in through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay. Parents, family, and friends of the class of 2013, members of our administration, members of the faculty and our staff. My name is Richard Cassidy, and on behalf of my colleagues on the school board, Elizabeth Fitzgerald, Martin Lalonde, Diane Bugby, and Julie Beatty, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this 2013 graduation ceremony. Members of the class of 2013, this community is proud of your accomplishments, and we will be watching for every single one of your future successes. Thank you.
Friends, family, teachers, members of the band and chorus, and especially fellow classmates, my name is Alexandra Zakrzewska, and it is my pleasure to welcome all of you here today. It is today that we, the class of 2013, graduate from high school and go off into the world to work, to study, or to serve the country. And while we are all excited for our futures, I think it is important to stop, turn around, and reflect upon the last 4 years. Though Duncan and Caroline won the senior superlative most changed since freshman year, I think it is fair to say that every one of us has changed drastically. We are no longer small, nervous freshmen walking on the wrong side of the hallway and causing traffic jams. We have grown and matured so much. The lessons we learned in high school have transformed us. It is these lessons of which I want to remind you today. I asked many of you what you had learned in high school, and this is the top 10 list you gave me. 1, we learned about the passage of time. We learned not to take it for granted because it goes by fast. Wishing to be older is silly because you will anyway. Enjoy who you are now. 2, we learned not to give up and that we have the potential to do so much more than we ever could imagine. We do not have to scale down our dreams because who can accomplish them if not us? 3, we learned that the USSR and Russia are not really the same thing. 4, we learned how to manage our time by balancing school, sports, work, clubs, family, and friends, and discovered that it helps not to procrastinate, though I think few of us actually learned how to avoid procrastination. 5, we learned about the importance of friendship, and that everyone has something special to offer that you won't discover until you get to know them. Recently, when we began to say our goodbyes, I think we all discovered that we had created more connections and friendships than we had thought. 6, we learned that things get better if you are willing to put in the work. Pain is temporary, and broken hearts heal completely, so take risks and don't worry, because everything will be okay in the end. 7, we learned chemistry, giving us the vital life skill of understanding jokes such as, why did the white bear disappear in water? Because he was polar. 8, we learned that we should not have complained about nap time in preschool, because sleeping is fantastic. 9, we learned to try new things and be ourselves, because you can't know if you don't like something that you've never tried. 10, finally, we learned that it is very difficult, if not nearly impossible, to accomplish much alone and without support. We have learned to ask for help and appreciate it. So thank you, parents, teachers, family, and friends, for all the support you've ever given us, and for all the times that you've put your own obligations aside to help us with ours. I think we can all agree we have learned a lot in the past 4 years. Even if we soon forget how to balance redox reactions or what the derivative of tan inverse is, we will never forget the lessons we taught each other. These lessons have changed us and are the reason we are no longer the clueless freshmen we once were. We have grown and matured and are now strong, independent, and ready to face the world. But we are far from done. Next year, many of us will be freshmen once more, clueless in the eyes of the seniors. It is likely we will mess up traffic in the dining hall by going in the wrong direction or get lost on the way to classes. All of us will continue to learn and change, whether it be through formal instruction, personal experience, or from our peers, and we will continue to do so for the rest of our lives. But now, let us celebrate the lessons, the change that brought us here today. Thank you, class of 2013, for teaching me so much, and good luck in the future, wherever the winds may carry you.
Hi everyone, my name is Katie Merrick. Ever since kindergarten, we have heard again and again how extraordinary our class, this class of 2013 is. Every time I've heard that, I felt a little uncomfortable tickle in the back of my mind. I completely agree that our class is unique, but I disagree with why. Adults have told us that we're special because our class has excellent average test scores on NECAP, SAT, AP, ACT, PLAN, PSAT, OMG! Our peers have told us we're special because we were the first class to have someone accepted into every Ivy League college. By every measurable standard, we've clearly dominated in all aspects of high school, including academics, arts, and athletics. Even with all of our accomplishments, I still feel that tickle when yet another person comments on how exceptional our class is. And I've finally been able to identify why I don't like it. When someone says our class is special, they mean we have all done a lot of impressive things to put on our resumes. I don't think we should be judged on what we have done, but how we have done it. It's that how that makes SBHS Class of 2013 truly amazing to me. My classmates have inspired me by the courage in their actions, the courage to be genuine, the courage to be resilient, and the courage to be humble. High school is not the easiest time to remain true to yourself. It takes courage to be a genuine person, a person who isn't afraid to wear whatever they want, befriend whomever they want, say whatever they want, and act however they want. Our class's attitude towards authenticity sets us apart. Instead of shunning individuality, we've embraced it. Our classmates who have followed their moral compasses have become our peer role models. We admire their courage and celebrate their unique talents. I have seen authenticity in my classmate who never stops singing throughout the school day. I have seen authenticity in my classmate who isn't afraid to laugh at herself by submitting a funny senior picture to the yearbook. Resilience also takes courage. Courage to realize that things won't always happen as we want, but somehow everything will be all right in the end. Whether it's from devastating situations that have impacted all of us this year, Mr. Cannon's passing, the Newtown shooting, and the Boston bombing, or individual setbacks, illnesses, injuries, moving, and rejection from a top choice college, our class has been through a lot this year. My classmates' responses to these challenges have inspired me. There is sadness, yes, but our class showed the true definition of resilience by refusing to become victims after these difficulties. I have seen resilience in my classmate who trusted her peer leadership class to carry her through the spider web ropes course less than 2 months after having brain surgery. I have seen resilience in my 2 classmates who shared their powerful stories of having lived through unimaginable events in other parts of the world before moving to Vermont. Being humble in high school often means running the risk of anonymity. It can be so easy to get sucked into the world of self-promoting and constantly comparing yourself to others. I am in awe of those classmates who remained above all of this, those classmates who had the courage to remain humble. They are the quiet heroes, and I probably cannot list even half their names. Though it makes me sad to realize I will never be able to give these classmates the credit they deserve for their accomplishments, again, it's that how I recognize here. They have set a high standard for integrity in our class, one that makes our school a better place. I have seen humility in my classmate who has volunteered hours every week for the past 3 years without ever telling anyone, simply because she loves animals. I've seen humility in my classmate who quietly donned the vacuum and cleaned the entire lobby after the senior prank. This class of 2013 is a class filled with courage, the courage to be genuine, the courage to be resilient, and the courage to be humble. Today is a day we will celebrate the growth of this courage. We will laugh at ourselves because we are all developing the courage to be genuine, and how can anyone be their individual self surrounded by 222 identically dressed classmates? We will let go of past hurts because we are developing the courage to be resilient, and today is all about looking forward. We will congratulate each other because we are developing the courage to be humble, and today we are celebrating not for our individual achievements, but because we are all accomplishing the same thing, graduating from high school. SBHS Class of 2013, thank you for inspiring me every day with your courage.
Lives were mine to love and cherish, to guard and guide along life's way. Oh God, forbid that one should perish, that one, alas, should go astray. Back in the years with all together, around the place we'd romp and play. So lonely now, I often wonder, oh, will they come back home someday? I'm lonesome for my precious children. They live so far away. Oh, may they hear my calling and come back home someday. I gave my all for my dear children, their problems still with love I share. I'd brave life's storms, defy the tempest, to bring them home from anywhere. I lived my life, my love I gave them, to guide them through this world of strife. I hope and pray lonesome for my precious children. They live so far away. Oh, may they hear my calling, calling, and come back home someday. I'm lonesome for my precious children. They live so far away. Oh, may they hear my calling, calling, and come back home someday.
Good morning to parents, teachers, family, friends, and of course, my peers of the class of 2013. My name is Ria Patel, and I'm the senior class president. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn. And we are led to those who help us most to grow, if we let them and if we help them in return. Well, I don't know if you believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you, all of you, the class of 2013 and the special teacher I am introducing today. For you Broadway fans out there, you know that quote above was from Wicked. Sorry that I didn't sing it. I thought I'd spare your ears the pain and make sure everyone gets out of here in one piece. My classmates, if you hold your breath and think back on these last 4 years, you'll realize that, wow, we have been through a heck of a lot together. There were times of joy, of sorrow, of fear, of excitement. We were always on the go, feeling the pressure of an increasingly competitive world bearing down on us. Yet, here we are, sitting together after surviving the storm. Somehow, we made it. We made it because of friendship. It's crazy to think that less than a week ago, after our last while of high school, we were all there together on the senior carpet, crying our eyes out, holding one another in our arms, wishing the moment would last forever. And boy, was I a mess. Tears streaming, mascara running, probably went on for a solid 45 minutes, maybe more. I don't cry often, but that day I cried because of you. Knowing people like you and the SB community is what makes me proud to be a rebel. I think C.S. Lewis puts it best when he says, friendship is born at that moment when one person says to another, "What? You too? I thought I was the only one." We all started as small and separated, awkward groups of freshmen who never bothered or were even afraid to say hi to that other kid sitting at the end of the table. But as time went on, things began to change. We grew into a group of intelligent, persevering, fun, and caring friends. I still remember that moment after talent night when a bunch of us were sitting around in Swagnelli's basement just talking, and then someone says, "You know, I really like you people. Why don't we ever actually hang out?" And so began our mission to become one, to become a class. And today, we're more than a class. We're a family. It was that rebel pride that brought us together. #BleedBlue forever and always. But my task today is to introduce our faculty speaker, and this idea of friendship is key. Friendship is something that can't necessarily be explained. It must be shown through love and support, and no one better represents the meaning of a friend than Mr. Richard Wise. Wise has been teaching for a total of 34 years, 26 of which he spent at South Burlington, coaching football and softball and being advisor to the Key Club. He himself is a rebel at heart, and not only is a graduate of the SBHS class of 1973, but his wife and all 3 daughters also graduated from South Burlington. Just this past year, Mr. Wise was recognized with the Award for Teaching Excellence from the Vermont National Education Association, which commends his community involvement, advocacy for children, education, and the teaching profession.
a well-deserved accolade. Now, I never had the privilege of having Mr. Wise as a teacher, yet somehow he managed to reach out to me and make me feel like I was a friend. Simply the fact that he was nominated to be our graduation speaker, even though we haven't had him since sophomore year bio, shows the everlasting relationships that Wise builds with his students. I asked several students why Wise means so much to them, and this is what they said. He is so aware of the ability that a teacher has to make a difference in a kid's life, and Wise really lets that motivate him every single day. He is the type of person who goes the extra mile to make sure you're okay. When Mr. Cannon passed away, his way of coping was helping others and supporting the people who simply needed to talk. Mr. Wise has written the following on his school webpage. I strive to find ways to celebrate the uniqueness of the individual. I value my connection to individual students and pay attention to nurturing each of them. Well, Mr. Wise, you've done a great job. As you can tell, Wise isn't just a teacher, he's a friend to us all. Students find every moment during lunch or a free period to just sit down and talk with him. Wise is known for his dorky comments and wise advice. Boys are like buses. You miss the first one, there will be another one by in just a few minutes. When he turns off the projector, he'll remark, "Have I ever told you guys you look better in the dark?" Some students said, "It's just these corny jokes that make you appreciate Wise entirely." He's taught us how important it is to be there for the people you care about, especially when they need you most. And a lot of us wouldn't be the people we are today if it weren't for Mr. Wise. Well, as Piglet from Winnie the Pooh would say, that's the story of you and me, the story of the way we've always been, and we'll always be friends until the end. And with that, it is my great honor to introduce to you the man who puts the friend in friendship, Mr. Richard Wise.
Thank you, Rhea. You certainly are an exceptional leader of an exceptional class. Good morning. What a tremendous privilege to be asked to address and help to honor the graduating class of 2013. In truth, I feel a special bond to this class, and serving as commencement speaker holds particular meaning. And while I know that this day is all about you, let me take a moment to tell you how it is all about me. 40 years ago, tomorrow, I was sitting in your seat, a senior about to graduate from South Burlington High School. And while you might think that we are worlds apart, I'll bet that you're having many of the same thoughts and emotions that I had 40 years ago. Like, when will this be over? You would think that with 3 daughters and a 35-year teaching career that I'd be an expert on commencement addresses. In fact, I do know the formula pretty well. I start by saying how honored I am to be here, already done. Then I comment on the weather, I make a few funny remarks, and then I get to the meat of my message. I tell you how hard that you have worked and how you're now going to go out into the future and make your mark in the world. I will tell you that you have to overcome adversity, but that if you persevere, you will change the world. I will relate your hard work to your future goals and admonish you to show gratitude to your parents, your families, and teachers. I will inspire you with my reflections on life and offer you sound advice for how to proceed with yours. I will challenge you to cure cancer or discover the next planet. And hopefully I will accomplish this in 10 minutes or less, which is the average attention span of somebody your age. Please understand that I am not criticizing the commencement speeches of the past. We tell you these things because it's important to mark significant milestones in your life. Reflecting on your accomplishments motivates you to move on to the next level, and it builds your self-confidence. It's important to recognize your successes over your failures. And while your failures may help you to learn and may even inspire you, your successes will bring you happiness. It's also appropriate to take a moment at such junctures to show appreciation to the people who deserve your gratitude, your parents, your families, your teachers. I'm going to go out on a limb here and suggest that you could not have made a more perfect choice in a commencement speaker. Who knows more about life than a biology teacher? I am uniquely qualified to talk to you about life. I get it. I know how life works, even down to the cellular level. Do I need to remind you of my rendition of My Oh My Mitosis? And be thankful that I resisted the urge to turn my speech into a graduation rap. Unlike past speakers who might have been inclined to wax poetic and exceed the 10-minute limit, I can keep it simple. So here it is, Mr. Wise's best advice about life. People matter, relationships matter, connections matter. I know that the real reason I am here today is not because I made you appreciate mitosis, but because I helped you to appreciate yourself and each other. We developed relationships. We talked about your lives, college plans, academic and non-academic things going on in your life. I've watched you dance, play sports, perform in talent night. We have lived life together and we have experienced not only laughter and learning, but also sorrow and loss. We came together and we grieved the loss of a teacher that we all loved when Mr. Cannon died so unexpectedly. We nurtured, comforted, and we supported one another, and it made us better people. He would be proud of you today, and he would want me to tell you how very extraordinary a group of students that you have been. I won't tell you now that it's time for you to head out into the world and begin your life. Your life already began. It began 18 years ago. You have spent the last 18 years growing into talented, caring, and amazing people. You aren't about to go out into the world. You're already in it. You're already extraordinary. Now's the time for you to take the reins and build yourself an extraordinary life. Take the reins from your parents, your teachers, your coaches, whatever career path you choose. Make sure it's something about which you are passionate. No one ever hated a job about which they were passionate. Be intelligent and caring. And always remember to nurture your character as much as your intelligence. Remember that intelligence can be used, misused, or allowed to lie dormant. What matters is what you do with the intelligence that you have. The world is littered with intelligent people who have little to show for it. And while intelligence may be a variable in your life, your character will always be a moral compass. You may be able to hide your intelligence, but you will never be able to hide your true character. It is what it is. If you're a person of integrity, you'll behave with honor in every situation that life puts before you. Nurture your integrity. It'll take you farther than your intelligence, and it'll help you to build more successful relationships. And if you want an extraordinary life, then nurture both. People who consistently display both intelligence and integrity become the leaders among us. Most notably, remember the importance of being connected. In this world of technology, of distance learning, and social media, connections can become fragile. We mistake transmitting information in an empty room to making a connection. But in all of the meaningful moments of your life, there will be others nearby, people with whom to share the experience, whether it is as simple as a beautiful sunset, the birth of a child, or the passing of a loved one. It has been an honor over the past 4 years to watch you grow into the distinguished class of graduates that I see before me today. I will always remember the shared stories, the laughs, the tears, my making fun of you and you making fun of me, and the bond that we developed. You have shown that you are people of integrity and intelligence, and no one can take either from you. Take the reins and use your talents to make the world a better place. Show the world that what South Burlington taught you is that intelligence must always be guided by compassion and integrity. You have used those traits to leave South Burlington High School a better place than you found it, and I know that you will continue that tradition wherever you go. And so as we prepare to say goodbye, I couldn't help but think that after 35 years in the classroom, the thought of leaving with the class of 2013 seemed like a pretty good idea. My problem is that my wife is not quite ready to have me around the house. Quite frankly, the idea frightens her. In preparation for this speech, I did ask Mr. Burke for his advice, and in his infinite wisdom, he said to me, "Mr. Wise, it really doesn't matter what you say. In 10 minutes, everyone's going to forget anyway." And so with that in mind, I recognize that you will not remember the words that I have spoken today. As a matter of fact, if I were to pass out a pop quiz on it right now, I'm sure that most of you would fail. But please, remember this. One of the bonds that we will always have in common is that we are rebels, separated by only 40 years. When someone asks you who your commencement speaker was in high school and what did he say, I would be proud if you would answer, it was Mr. Wise. I don't remember much of what he said that day, but I do remember that he cared about us and that we will always share a common bond. We are rebels, now and forever. And thanks again for the privilege of allowing me to speak to you today. Congratulations, my good friends, the class of 2013.
It is my honor to recognize some of the special things that some students have done. I'm going to start with the Big Picture graduates. Big Picture is a school within a school at South Burlington High School which offers students an alternative path to graduation. Big Picture students take control of their education by creating individualized learning plans which are based on their interests and passions. While working with advisors, teachers, mentors, and fellow classmates, students navigate their education using proficiency-based graduation requirements. Students learn through internships in the community, independent projects, workshops, college classes, travel, and service learning experiences. Big Picture students are asked to pursue their interests in real-world settings, which inspire them to be active members of their communities. I am proud to present the 2013 Big Picture graduates. As I call their names, I would ask that they please rise and face the audience, and that applause be held until they are all called. Starting with Paulo Canizaro, Jacob Coron, Christian J. DeBrule, Sarah Meyer, Jean-Pierre Montecolombi, Daniel Narsh, Olivia Plunkett, Leah Soul, and Chi Zhu. Let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations and thank you.
Our National Honor Society consists of students who exhibit exceptional service, leadership, and character, and who meet specific academic criteria. As Vice President of the South Burlington High School National Honor Society, I am proud to present the class of 2013 members of the National Honor Society and Technical Honor Society. I would ask that they please rise and face the audience, and that applause be held until all are called. Kirsten Anderson, Gunnar Bevilacqua, Michaela Britt, Rachel Brown, Noah Bugby, Connor Burke, Emily Camardo, Kathleen Coleman, Benjamin Kroll, Neil Desai, Austin Erickson, Anne-Marie Farmer, Olivia Farrow, Allison Flaherty, Matthew Gilmartin, Melissa Gingras, William Gregoire, Michael Guo, Katie Hango, Julia Hudson, Jana Karabegovich, Christy Kershaw, Robin Karami, Raina Langevin, Jonathan Leonard, Jordan Martinez, Elise Mensch, Catherine Merrick, Avni Nahar, Alex Nguyen, Connor O'Toole, Nicholas Passanen, Ria Patel, Victoria Perron, Brandon Philbrick, Jackson Pine, Malcolm Plunkett, Thomas Royer, Vishnu Kumar Premsankar, Ars Sambhu, Forrest Sharma, Angela Schweigert, Madison Sharp, Lindley Shaw, Miriam Statz, Antonina Stevens, Joseph Sullivan, Olivia Tebow, Alana Velastro, Alejandro Viñals, Emma Wilkinson, Lisa Wood, Samantha Wolfson, Cody Yu, Ethan Yu, Alexandra Zakshevska. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the South Burlington High School National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society members.
I invite the following students to please rise, turn, and face the audience. Corey Jason Belleville, Emily L. Camardo, Neil Vijay Desai, Matthew Lane Gilmartin, Avni Nahar, Alexander D.A. Nguyen, Ria N. Patel, Victoria K. Paran, Dio Pokral, Vishnu Kumar Premsankar, Ars Sambhu, Prabin Sharma, Leah Marie Soul, Elena Rose Velastro, Samantha B. Wolfson, Ethan Yu. Each year, the faculty selects individuals who exemplify both service and leadership in the school and community. These students standing before you have made significant contributions to a variety of causes and activities in the last 4 years. Please join me in thanking these caring individuals for the time and energy they have devoted to service and leadership.
I would ask that Sharon Shoup, Jasmine Wu, and Sam Barrett come forward as we begin presenting departmental awards given annually for excellence in specific academic disciplines. Sharon Shoup is receiving the Abigail Rush Memorial Award, the Thomas G. Irwin Science Award, and a National Merit Letter of Commendation. Jasmine is receiving the Art Department Award. Sam A. Barrett receives the Charles Bond Life Science Achievement Award, a National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation, the Frederick H. Tuttle Memorial Scholarship, and a University of Vermont Scholar designation. Congratulations. Would Catherine Rose Merrick, Tyler Bradley, and Cody Yu please come forward? Catherine Rose Merrick is being presented the Esther J. Urey English Award, a National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation, the Nicholas Mathot Memorial Scholarship, and the Physical Science Achievement Award. Tyler receives the Gary Barber Technology Department Award, and Cody receives the John E. McGee Mathematics Award. Congratulations. Would Damian J. Burbo, Caitlin Rose Long, and Avni Nahar please come forward? Damian is receiving the Roger Bedard Technology Award. Caitlin receives the Ronald V. Fawkes Music Department Award, and Avni is being presented with the Social Studies Award, the National Merit Scholarship, a National Merit Corporation Certificate of Merit, the South Burlington High School Student Council Scholarship, and the National Honor Society National Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Ria Patel and Forrest Sharmer please come forward? Ria Patel will be presented with the Social Studies Award, the Melissa J. Wells Memorial Scholarship, the Kiwanis Club of Chittenden County Service Award, and a University Mall Scholarship. Forrest is being presented with the Thomas G. Irwin Science Award, the South Burlington Frederick H. Tuttle Middle School Parent-Teacher Association Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Alexandra Sakshevska, Benjamin Kroll, and Melissa Gingras please come forward as we begin presenting National Merit Corporation Awards given annually for academic excellence. Alexandra Sakshevska receives a National Merit Corporation Certificate of Merit and a Vermont Federal Credit Union Scholarship. Benjamin receives a National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation, the Lull Family Key Club Scholarship, and Melissa receives a National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation. Congratulations. Would Michael Guo, Rebecca Janney, and Raina Langevin please come forward? Michael Guo is being presented with the National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation, the Lull Family Key Club Scholarship, and is earned University of Vermont Scholar Distinction. Rebecca receives a National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation, and Raina receives a National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation. Congratulations. Would Vishnu Kumar Premsenkar, Emma Wilkinson, and Ethan Yu please come forward? Vishnu Kumar is being presented with the National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation and a Lull Family Key Club Scholarship. Emma receives a National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation, and Ethan receives a National Merit Corporation Letter of Commendation and a Thomas A. Farrell Scholarship. Congratulations. I would ask Noah Bugby, Emily Camardo, and Alexander Nguyen to come forward to receive scholarships sponsored by organizations within the school. Noah Bugby receives the Lull Family Key Club Scholarship, the South Burlington Rick Marcotte Central School Parent-Teacher Organization Scholarship. Emily receives a Lull Family Key Club Scholarship, the South Burlington High School Student Council Scholarship, the Kiwanis Club of Chittenden County Service Award, the Northfield Savings Bank Scholarship, and a Vermont Honor Scholarship. And Alex receives the Lull Family Key Club Scholarship. Congratulations. South Burlington High School is very unique in having so many families establish scholarships dedicated to former students, staff, and community members. I would ask that Elise Mensch, Ars Sibel Sambu Bayon, and Thomas Royer please come forward. Elise Mensch is receiving the Alan B. Cummings Family Scholarship and is being presented with the University of Vermont Scholar Distinction. Ars receives the Edith Mascott Memorial Scholarship, and Thomas Royer receives the Gary D. Iverson Memorial Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Prabin Sharma, Kirsten Anderson, Dio Pocarel, and Allison Flaherty please come forward? Prabin is receiving the James P. Bewley Memorial Scholarship. Kirsten Anderson receives the John Torpy Memorial Scholarship and the Lyric Theater Delano Nolte Scholarship. Dio is receiving the Mark A. Evnan Memorial Scholarship. Allison receives the Michael D. Flaherty Memorial Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Brandon Philbrick, Victoria Perron, and Antoine Masareka and Jameson Gott please come forward? Brandon receives the Paul A. Toomey Memorial Scholarship. Victoria receives the Roderick C. Marcotte Memorial Scholarship. Antoine receives a Rosa Marie Schaefer Memorial Scholarship for Poetry. And Jameson is being presented with the Thomas Senesac Memorial Scholarship. Congratulations. Many community organizations and businesses have annually generously recognized our graduating class with awards and scholarships. Their support has been unflagging and appreciated. Would Bernard Thibault, Daniel Narsh, and Ibrahim Temeroff please come forward? Bernie is being presented with the Burlington Elks Lodge number 916 scholarship. Dan is being presented with the Burlington Moose Lodge number 1618 scholarship. And Ibrahim is also being presented with a Burlington Moose Lodge scholarship. Congratulations. Would Christy Kershaw, Elena Valestro, and Noah Hall Potvin please come forward? Christy Kershaw is being presented with the Champlain Lanes Scholarship. Ellie Valestro receives a Comcast Leaders and Achievers Scholarship and a University Mall Scholarship and the Vermont National Educators Association Scholarship. Noah Hall Potvin receives the Goss Dodge Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Brittany Langevin, Asha Fouad, and Jana Karabagovich please come forward? Brittany is receiving a scholarship funded by members of the South Burlington nutritional staff, known as the Lunch Lady Scholarship. Asha is receiving the Pizza Galley Can Do Scholarship. And Jana receives the South Burlington Chamberlain School Parent-Teacher Association Scholarship. Congratulations. Would William Gregoire, Elizabeth Miner, and Matthew Gilmartin please come forward? William is being presented with the South Burlington High School Rebel Booster Scholarship. Elizabeth also is being presented with a South Burlington High School Rebel Booster Scholarship. And Matthew receives the South Burlington Orchard School Parent-Teacher Association Scholarship. Congratulations. Would Jordan Martinez, Kadar Abdi, Paul Lyon, and Kathleen Coleman please come forward? Jordan Martinez is being presented with the South Burlington Rotary Club William W. Stone Scholarship. Kadar is being presented with the Other Paper Scholarship. Paul Lyon receives the Timothy D. Camoli Scholarship. And Kathleen receives the Vermont Golf Association Scholarship. Congratulations. The Nolting Memorial Scholarship honors the memory of South Burlington graduate Jerry Nolting, class of 1973. After graduating from South Burlington High School, Mr. Nolting went on to become one of the nation's top trial lawyers, advocating for the rights of Alaskan fishermen impacted by environmental disasters. In 1995, he was named the National Trial Lawyer of the Year. This award, established and supported by the Nolting family, will be presented annually to the graduating senior who best demonstrates Jerry's commitment to excellence and advocacy. Joining us on stage for the inaugural presentation are his wife, Alyssa Nolting, and their daughters, Annie and Maggie Nolting. This year's award recipient is Neil Vijay Desai. The George Cannon Scholarship honors the memory and contributions of an inspirational and brilliant South Burlington teacher. This award, established and supported by the Cannon family, will be presented annually to the graduating senior who demonstrates Mr. Cannon's appreciation of hard work and determination. Joining us on stage today for the inaugural presentation is Michelle Cannon. This year's awards recipients are being honored for their hard work, determination, and resiliency. Please join me in recognizing Kendra Francis and Michaela Leroux. South Burlington High School student academic distinction is designated by levels of achievement. These levels are determined based on the final four-year GPA. Cum laude students with a 3.5 GPA or higher are wearing maroon stoles. Magna cum laude students with a GPA of 3.8 or higher are wearing silver stoles. And summa cum laude students with a GPA of 4.1 or higher are wearing gold stoles. The class of 2013 has 18 students who earned summa cum laude, our highest academic distinction. At this time, I'd ask the following students to please come forward: Sam Barrett, Tyler Bradley, Noah Bugby, William Gregoire, Raina Langevin, Catherine Merrick, Avni Nahar, Erica Ogawa, Nicholas Passanen, Ria Patel, Brandon Philbrick, Sharon Shoup, Ellie Valastro, Emma Wilkinson, Samantha Wolfson, Cody Yu, Alexandra Zakshevska, and Yasin Zhang. Ladies and gentlemen, I congratulate you as principal of South Burlington High School, and on behalf of the entire faculty and community, I recognize the class of 2013 summa cum laude graduates. Bruce Ledoux's impact on the schools and city of South Burlington cannot be overstated. He served as principal of the high school for 26 years, a tenure that was preceded by his serving as science department chair and biology teacher. The recipient of the Ledoux Award is a student who plans to attend college and who has worked extremely hard in and out of school to earn this honor. It is an honor to present the Ledoux Memorial Award to Dio Pocarel. John Herbert was the first principal of South Burlington High School, and an award has been established in his honor to recognize a student who has overcome obstacles and is graduating. Reaching graduation has not always been an easy road, yet this student has persisted and successfully reached today. As principal, it is an honor to congratulate and recognize a special student who worked hard to reach their goal. The 2013 John J. Herbert Award goes to Sydney Lee Johnson. Superintendent David Young, I present to you the class of 2013. As principal of South Burlington High School, I certify they have successfully met the academic requirements of the state of Vermont and the South Burlington School District. They are definitely ready for you to confer diplomas. Kadar Abdi, Elisa J. Alvarez, Kirsten Bridget Anderson, Carrie Austin, Austin Avery, Charles Brian Baker, Christopher Barrett, Sam A. Barrett, Jacob Robert Barton, Corey Jason Belleville, Brittany L. Bissett, Gunnar Bevilacqua, Tatum Bouchard, Megan E. Bouvier, Tyler J. Bradley, Curtis William Britt, Michaela E. Britt, Kelsey May Brooks, Cooper Michael Brown, Rachel Elise Brown, Noah James Bugby, Damian J. Burbo, Connor R. Burke, Kirby Burt, Christian Butuk, Emily L. Camardo, Paulo R. Canacero, Samuel Karen, Chanel Shensinko, Jordan Chamberlain, Bradley John Clayton, Alyssa Marie Colby, Kathleen Lynch Coleman, Jacob Coran, Ashley M. Coda, Eric J. Craig, Benjamin David Kroll, Michael Harmon Cunavales, Nirma Dervich, Neil Vijay Desai, Emma R. Dincheco, Rachel W. Dingman, Tenzin Dolma, Megan L. Druin, Samuel Dubois, Christian Jack DeBrule, Duncan M. Eaton, Elizabeth Page Edson. Matthew Michael Elder. Austin Rice Erickson. Amory Farmer. Emily Ferrero. Olivia Ann Farrow. Matthew David Fisher. Allison Jane Flaherty. Mary Catherine Flynn. Sheila A. Fossey. Ashley E. Francis. Kendra Carol Francis. Asha Fawad. Cash Garcia. Lindsay E. Geyer. Andrew Gill. Matthew Lane Gilmartin. Melissa Ann Gingras. Jameson A. Gott. Michaela Whitney Gould Murray. Tyler P. Green. William C. Gregoire. Emily Jean Grippo. Michael R. Guo. Noah J. Hall Potvin. Katie Hengo. Colin J. Hansen. Haley Marie Hayes. Cal William Heffernan. Connor F. Herrick. Bailey C. Holt-Goslin. Ryan P. Huente. Julia S. Hudson. Christian Jablonski. Kathleen Grace Jacobs. Rebecca Ann Janney. Grace I. Johnson. Sydney Lee Johnson. Jana Karabagovich. Kyle James Cassetta. Richard Kendall Jr. Patrick A. Kenny. Christy E. Kershaw. Robin Michelle Korami. Ben C. Schellerin. Nick Constantonis. Tyler B. Kronoff. Jordan E. LaFond. Phoebe D. Laidley Calais. Brittany Langevin. Raina Hope Langevin. Michaela Michelle Laro. Michaela Michelle Laro. Chi Lee. Jonathan Patrick Leonard. Elena Lewis. Xiao Han Lin. Caitlin Rose Long. Grace Longmore. Sarah Lorenzo. Abigail Lynn Lucia. Paul Lyon. Ryan James Manley. Jordan C. Martinez. Antoine Mazureka. Keegan McCall. Jody Shannon McMahon. Elise Nicole Mensch. Mohammed Jaffer Morali. Catherine Rose Merrick. Sarah Meyer. Alexander Thomas Miller. Evan B. Minkler. Elizabeth Hatch Minor. Selka Meinert. Jean-Pierre Montecolombi. Connor Moore. Terry Murray. Jana Mustafich. Avni Nahar. Daniel J. Narsh. Haley Catherine Newman. Alexander D. A. Nguyen. Zoe D. Nugent. Connor Stephen O'Toole. Erica Ogawa. Samuel Pariso. Nicholas Passanen. Ria N. Patel. Andre V. Paul. Victoria K. Perrin. Brandon D. Philbrick. Jackson Buchanan Pine. Nicholas Black Plumo. Malcolm E. Plunkett. Olivia M. Plunkett. Dio Pokhrel. Vishnukumar Premsankar. Kyle Provost. Rachel Rainville. Brendan James Robert. Christopher Rochford. Margaret Alice Rogers. Jesse Rowe. Thomas M. Royer. Rajit Singh Sachdeva. Christopher Bradley Sageman. Ars Sibel Sambu Bayom. Kaylee M. Saunders. Ryan David Scagnelli. Forrest Sharmer. Sharon Ann Shoup. Angela Marie Schwaggart. Aaron John Shapiro. Prabin Sharma. Madison Sharp. Lindley R. Shaw. Megan Sheehan. Sarah A. Shyman. Michael Stephen Simino. Hayden Robert Smith. Caitlin Noel Smith. Leah Marie Soul. Riley Spellman. Daniel L. Staples. Miriam Ann Statz. Samuel J. Steinfeld. Caroline M. Stern. Antonina Marie Stevens. Cole Stevens. Joseph Edward Sullivan. Feng Sun. Ibrahim Temirov. Elmira Temirova. Olivia Marie Tebow. Bernard James Tebow. Jennifer Ann Tilley. Jacob Daniel Trahan. Elena Rose Valestro. Dylan R. Verschero. Alejandro Vinals. Matthew Benjamin Vinci. Emma S. Wilkinson. Lisa Marie Wood. Shane Wright. Jasmine Wu. Samantha B. Wolfson. Cody L. Yu. Ethan Yu. Alexandra Zakshevska. Yasun Sang. Chi Sao. Ladies and gentlemen, South Burlington High School class of 2013.
Hello. My name is Cody Yu, and it is my honor to address all you fine, wonderful people as this year's closing speaker. Friends and family of the class of 2013. If you are at all superstitious, you'll know that triskaidekaphobia, or the fear of the number 13, is a very real phenomenon in our society. Architects leave out the 13th floor. Airlines don't typically have a 13th row. And even Rhea told me after her 12th charity, she's done. I'm just kidding. Of course she's not going to stop. Nonetheless, people seem to have a problem with the number 13. But why? After doing a little research, I found that the reasons range from ancient Scandinavian mythology to because Mr. Krabs said so on SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm not really sure what passes for concrete evidence these days, but Mr. Krabs also sold SpongeBob for 62 cents, and that was bad. The class of 2013 is truly a remarkable group of young people. It's composed of students who show tremendous dedication and perseverance in whatever they pursue, whether it be in athletics, the fine arts, or academics. We're the kind of class that needs to invent superlatives in order to encompass the vast spectrum of talent that we have. Not to mention, we'll probably be needing a summa cum laude banner all to ourselves. Definitely be needing a summa cum laude banner all to ourselves. But when we look back on these 4 years, it's not about the state titles we've won, though there are many, or the academic recognitions we've gained, though there also are many. It's about the people we've learned from, the people we've grown up with, and the people that we have become. I have no doubt that we as a class will go on to accomplish great things. But when we do, let's never forget the parts of ourselves that make us who we are. Our values, our morals, our ethics, they define us. It is a person's convictions, not a person's accomplishments, that make them great. The world has plenty of successful people, but not enough with altruistic goals and intentions. It's a question of self-sufficiency or sacrifice. It is a question of the kind of life you want for yourself. It's easy for me, a kid barely out of high school, to speak with so much certainty. But the way I see it, you don't need a doctorate degree and 85 years, or however old Mr. Burke is, of life experience to understand the impact of one small act of kindness. My classmates don't need advice on how to attain success, fame, or power. But if you want to change the world, it starts by looking out for others before looking out for yourself. It starts with people courageous enough to do what's right, not just what's expected. It starts with you. At this time, I'd like to ask my classmates to please stand. Nice job. That went much better than I thought. Together, let us be the lucky charm that this world needs to continue thriving. Let us teach humility and humanitarianism to all that we encounter. Let us spread joy with our words and inspiration with our actions. I have high hopes for this class. I have high hopes for our futures. And now, please join me in moving our tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, class of 2013. We did it.